What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Les Alex here for Impact Gaming Center, and we are live with round number 2 of our Standard Store Championship. We've got Connor on Azorius Artifacts and Paul on some Domain. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. If you're watching live, we appreciate the heck out of you. But if you're watching after the fact on YouTube, we appreciate you as well. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell icon so you don't miss out on content like this one. Alrighty, so Azorius Azorius going to play the subterranean schooner. It is a 2-mana 3/4 vehicle with crew 1, and whenever it attacks target creature that crewed it, this turn explores. Alrighty, gonna play a Darkar Waste, followed by That's Zote Glyph. It is a 3-mana aura. And it's a 5/4 base power and toughness, and whenever that is put in the graveyard, he will explore 3. Paul gonna get lost the creature, which was a clue. And in comes the case. Just going to put the case into his hand. Attack trigger, which is going to explore. And a get lost revealed, which will put a +1/+1 counter on the investigator. And Connor will keep the get lost on top of his library. So Paul going to drop to 16 off the attack. And Paul is definitely the control deck in this matchup. Connor wants to get Paul dead as quick as possible. And Domain is going to want to play the Cornucopia, gain some life, start playing big fatty boom booms. Mockingbird for 1, or for 0, X equals 0, going to enter, going to make another clue because it enters as a copy as investigator. Going to crew up the boat. Leyline Binding from Paul. Schooner. Get lost the binding. All the maps for Paul. Steel Seraph, the revealed card. And the counter goes on to the Mockingbird. Mock, yeah, ing, yeah, bird, yeah. And for those inquiring minds, Steel Seraph has prototype. So it is a 6-drop, but it has prototype for 1 white. Case of the Filched Falcon here, going to enter the battlefield. When it enters the battlefield, you get to investigate. How do you solve it, though? You control 3 or more artifacts. Case is solved, and you can pay 2 and a blue to sacrifice it to put 4 +1/+1 counters on target non-creature artifact. It becomes a 0/0 bird with flying in addition to its other types. Connor's deck obviously likes to go fast. And Paul is down to 11 after the attack. Cavern on Angel. There's Astral Cornucopia. Pass back to Connor. And Connor going to take his draw step. Connor's going to have a think. Crack the case, target the clue. Becomes a 4/4 bird. Well, 0/0 bird with 4+1/+1 counters on it. Crew up the schooner. Move into combat, and we are getting in there. And trigger, we will explore. There is the Warden. Warden of the Inner Sky. Gonna put a +1/+1 counter on it. Probably keep the Warden on top. Yep. Connor said, I think the Warden is better than my average draw, so we'll keep it. So pretty good reasoning there for Connor. And Paul's in hot water here, I think. He's got a temporary lockdown, though. It's pretty darn good. And going to gain a life off of... Connor says, yeah, can't do anything about that. So that's going to pretty much clear up Connor's entire board. And just like that, Paul's got a clear board. We know about the Warden on top. Also got a rabbit. Bunnycorn, I think is the name of that card. I was right. Regal Bunnycorn. And at Regal Bunnycorn's power and toughness is equal to the number of non-land permanents you control. It's a 2-mana star. Lush Portico. Paul gonna take a Surveil. And pass back. After the Up the Beanstalk entered the battlefield for Paul that turn. As always, if you are new here, we refer to the players' life totals. I'm doing things. I'm interacting with chat. I got to deal with the 1s and 2s. And, of course, commentate, so. Case and move to combat. Tapping 3 mana here. Leyline Binding. Gain a life, draw a card thanks to Up the Beanstalk and the Cornucopia. Gonna take down the Regal Bunnycorn. And Paul gonna take 1. Back to 4. Cavern, Maiming Angels again. And there's Cornucopia. And pass back to Connor. There's a spyglass siren drawn, I believe. Yep. Make a map token for the siren. Activating the ward in there. You can tap 3 untapped artifacts and or creatures. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. And then you get to scry one. Activate only as a sorcery. Glyph targeting the map. Turn into a 4/4 bird artifact creature. Alrighty, back to Paul. Paul has done a great job of staving off Connor's early pressure. That temporary lockdown was phenomenal, sensational, stupendous. And here is Atraxa. So 2 triggers. We're going to go to game 2. Connor going to scoop them up. And yeah, Paul going to take game number uno here in the feature match area in round 2. Alrighty, let's kick it to the sideboard. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. I'm Les Alex. We are streaming live from Impact Gaming Center in the fabulous, the sensational Fairview Heights, Illinois, 49 Ludwig Drive. If you are in the Midwest, the St. Louis area, come on out. We'd love to have you. We are located again at 49 Ludwig Drive, Fairview Heights, Illinois. Come hang out. We've got 22,000 square feet. And I'm going to show you this. We're popping off today. We've got a Card Fight Vanguard tournament. We've got a one-piece tournament. And, of course, we have the Store Championship. Store Championship today has, I believe, 25 players. So thank you all so much for everyone who came out. They traveled from near and far, from like Springfield, Missouri, and all over the place in the region to come and try to win this dope, sick Urza's Saga Full Art Foil. But yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out. If you're watching on Twitch, don't forget we are affiliates, so you can give us some of those Bezos bucks and help support our content. And in return, you will get ad-free viewing, as well as get access to our VODs the second our streams end, and of course get some pretty dope emotes. But yeah, we have the players sideboarding here, and let's take a look. Again, I don't have deck lists, so I don't have exact representations of what they have in their decks. But that's not to say that I can't look on Goldfish and see potentially what these players are bringing to the table. For Connor and his Azorius Artifacts deck, we've got Destroy Evil, Disdainful Stroke, Get Lost, Negate, Lord of Lauren, or Lauren of the Third Path, Tashani's Tidebinder, and Werefox Bodyguard. What do I like? Disdainful Stroke seems like an automatic inclusion if Connor has it in his board. Get Lost and Destroy Evil also seem like fair additions as well. Connor says he'll be on the play. And then for Paul, looks like we've got Cavern of Souls. This list has Cavern of Souls, Negate, Temporary Lockdown, Tashani's Tidebinder, Tranquil Frillback. That seems like a great card to come in. Biza, the Bounding Spring, another great one. Jace, the Perfected Mind, and Nissa, Ascended Animus. I definitely like Lockdown and Tranquil Frillback in this matchup. Let's kick it back down to the battlefield. Remember, Paul is up a game here. Connor gonna try and take game 2. He'll be on the play, so yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Whether you're watching after the fact or you're watching live, we do appreciate you. And remember to head on over to ImpactGamingCenter.gg for all your Magic the Gathering other card game and tabletop gaming needs. Holy smokes. Connor has infinite lands in his hand. 5 lands, 2 spells. And Connor, yeah, I think you almost have to put that one back. Thankfully for Connor, though, Paul going to join him. Oh, maybe not. Alrighty. Hopefully Connor can find a sweet 6. And we can start playing some Magic. So Connor's going to keep 6, put that one back, he says. Thinking about Destroy Evil. Alrighty. Good luck, have fun, guys, and here we are off to the races. Seraph going to bring along a map token. Mortuary going to surveil. And Paul likes that one, so pass back to Connor. Mockingbird going to enter as a Seraph. Going to make another map and going to get to swinging down to 19 goes Paul. And Connor kept a 1-lander, I do believe. Gonna map it up. Mockingbird, gonna put that to the bin. Gonna put a +1/+1 counter on the Mockingbird, and we're gonna get in there. So anything after that? No, unfortunately, I didn't draw any land. Says, and Paul got the planes off that spell. Paul gonna play that planes. Here's a cornucopia, and Paul gonna pass right on back. And there's a planes for Connor. We are back. We are so back, folks. Got 2 Regal Bunnycorns. We did do it. We did do it. We're pod racing now, folks. All right. Get in there for 3. Down to 16 goes Paul. And Connor just going to pass turn. Murex going to be the land for turn for Paul. I think Connor has a disdainful stroke in hand. That's pretty good. Paul going to play a 3-drop here, though. Frillbrack. And a gain life trigger off of the cornucopia. Up to 17 goes Paul. Seachrome Coast for Connor. And Connor going to get in for 3 in the air. Down to 17 goes Paul. Mockingbird going to copy the Seraph and pass back to Paul. There is the big old angel, Archangel of Wrath. Disdainful stroke. Cast trigger, though. Five cards in hand for Paul. Map it up. Target the Mockingbird without a +1 counter on it. Novice Inspector going to be the revealed card. Going to put a +1 counter on Mockingbird. So Connor will keep it on top. Get in there, push Paul down to 3. 13, rather. Temporary lockdown, and this is what did it in game 1, but has the removal spell for it this time. Down to 9 goes Paul. Connor's chipping away. And pass back to Paul. Frillback gonna attack Connor down to 11. Lightning Helix. And back to Connor. Niner. Connor gonna attack for Niner. Well, if there was ever a time to have a temporary lockdown right now, Paul, this would be the time. Paul trying to figure out a way to survive here. So they're talking about, Paul said, I'm having wonky mana issues this game. And Connor goes, we are playing a 5-color deck with Murex. It's good stuff. Angel of Wrath. Cast trigger. Up to 8, gonna take down the Mockingbird. Gonna attack with his clue. His clue bird. And the block from the Angel. Here's Warden. Activate Warden. Draws a card. Scries a card. Puts +1/+1 counter on Warden. Connor gonna take a think. Gonna put that one to the bottom. Alrighty. Back to Paul. Paul gonna attack with the frill back. Down to 8 goes Connor. Herd migration. Just cycling it, not casting it here. Gonna play the mountain. So I'm forgetting the name of this card, but ill-timed explosion. So you draw 3. Still got that bunny corn in hand and a land. Not much else going on for Connor. I think if Paul can find an Atraxa, might see a concession from Connor here. Money on the bunny. We're going to crew up the boat. Get you. Seachrome Coast's going to go to hand. Down to 10 goes Paul. Seachrome Coast tapped him back to Paul. Oh, Paul, don't watch out. He might wake up dead here. What does Paul have? He's got to have something. He's been playing really close to his chest, so I haven't been able to comment on cards in his hand because I haven't seen them really. This is 6 mana. Archangel kick twice. Bunny bunny. It ain't funny when you got a dead bunny. So up to 15 goes Paul, man. This deck gains a ton of life. Get lost is the draw. Get lost. Angel of Wrath. Make some maps for Paul. Anchorage going to activate. The boot. The boat going to get in there. Connor going to make a map token of his own. And island to hand off of the Explorer. And down to 10 goes Paul. Angel. And is this going to be Atraxa? Herd migration. Connor goes, that sucks. But at least it's not an Atraxa. Get some big boys. These are 3/3 beasts. Both of them apologizing to me for not being prepared. It's okay. But all those are 3/3 beasts, just rest assured. That was a pretty good turn there for Paul. And Paul is at 10 or 11 life, rather. Novice Inspector. Make a clue. Plays an island. A schooner. Connor can't afford to attack with the restless anchorage this turn. Get lost, a novice inspector, trigger, cornucopia. Up to 12 goes Paul. Crack a clue in response. GG's, that's going to be it. Paul going to take down Connor. Domain over Azorius Artifacts. Azorius Artifacts. Hey, there you go. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We've got 3 more rounds of Swiss Cut to Top 8. So if you're watching live, stay tuned. If you're watching after the fact on YouTube, thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and, of course, set it to all so you don't miss content like this. Again, we are live from Impact Gaming Center in the fabulous Fairview Heights, located at 49 Ludwig Drive. We'd love for you to come on up, see the facility. We've got 22,000 square feet of gaming center. Goodness, it's awesome. But yeah, thank you all so much. Watch one of these videos popping up. Thank you all, and we will see you either in the next round or in the next video. And until then, adios, everybody.